Well, hello, you. Now, if you stick around to the end of today's story, I have a wee bit of good news for you. Okay, I want to tell you about something that happened this week. A very clever move by a young Democrat. And it's the kind of move that doesn't get the credit it deserves. While everyone's been watching Trump threaten to annihilate a country of 90 million people, while the so-called Democratic leadership has been standing around scratching themselves and doing absolutely nothing, the youngest member of Congress just walked into the room and did something genuinely clever. Not a statement, not a strongly worded letter, not a press conference where someone stands at a podium and just looks sad. An actual move, a political chess move so clean that it puts Republicans in a corner they can't get out of. But first, let's establish exactly what she was responding to. Remember, even though Trump backed down in the end, the message he put out on Easter morning still stands. Watch this.
What we have seen out of the Trump administration over this weekend has been absolutely horrifying and gut-wrenching. The threats against Iranian civilian infrastructure and the entire country of Iran are unreal and apocalyptic. Today, Donald Trump said, quote, the entire country could be taken out in one night.
Right. So, in the end, Trump went and done what he always does. He backed down. He's not called Taco Trump for nothing, you know. But, as I said, the message still stands. Trump said the entire country, one night. That's not bluster. That's not tough guy talk for the cameras. That is the President of the United States describing the annihilation of a country of 90 million people, like he was ordering room service. And I want you to think about what that actually means. 90 million people, not the regime he's taken out, not the military he's going after. People, civilian infrastructure, hospitals, schools, water. That's actual war crimes. And while Trump was posting that on Easter bloody morning, the Democratic Party leadership was nowhere. Hakeem Jeffries? Nothing. Not a bloody peep. Not even a strongly worded tweet. So someone else stepped up. And here's where it gets good.
Iran is a country of 90 million people. Threatening them with annihilation is a monstrous war crime and puts them and American service members and Americans at grave risk. It also only serves the interests of the Islamic Republic regime, further entrenching their power, providing them with a convenient boogeyman while punishing the civilian population.
That's Yasmine Ansari, the youngest member of Congress. First generation Iranian-American. And she is saying out loud what the entire Democratic leadership has been too scared to say. Now, the right wing is going to lose their minds over this. Of course they're going to. They're weak-willed, sycophantic PDF file protectors. So, they're going to come after her. They're going to make it about her heritage, about where she's from, about who she is, and she's aware of that. She walked into this knowing exactly what was coming, and she did it anyway. Good for her. Because here's what the old guard Democrats still haven't figured out. Voters don't just want someone who agrees with them. They want someone who's willing to fight for them. And she's fighting. Watch what she actually does. Because this is where the trap gets sprung.
As a chief enabler of this illegal war, Pete Hegseth is responsible for directing this insane military action against Iran, which has already killed thousands of civilians, led to the unnecessary deaths of American service members, and displaced over 1 million people in the region. That's why I'm introducing articles of impeachment against Hegseth for repeatedly violating his oath of office and the Constitution, including the disregard of Congress and willful targeting of civilian infrastructure in Iran, like water desalination plants, like hospitals, like schools and bridges.
Articles of impeachment against Pete Hegseth. And here's why that's smart. Not just morally right, not just legally justified, politically smart. But of course, because it's smart, it will completely go over the heads of MAGA. They're going to entirely miss the point of this. It's smart, because Hegseth doesn't have friends. He barely has any allies. Even inside his own party, Ron Paul would vote yes. Lisa Murkowski would vote yes. Susan Collins can't support Hegseth and survive a re-election campaign, and she knows it. And the genius of this move, the real genius, is that it gives the Republicans a way to put a definite end to this war, not just a temporary ceasefire. And they can do it without having to vote directly against Trump. They can vote against Hegseth. They can say, we support the president, but we don't support this. It's an escape hatch, and Ansari just built it for them. And while the youngest member of Congress is out there running circles around the GOP and the Democratic leaders, Hakeem Jeffries is still trying to figure out what to say. Absolute incompetence. Or maybe compliance. Here's the thing about this moment. AOC showed that a new generation of Democrats are willing to fight. And Ansari just showed they're willing to fight smart. And if the party leadership doesn't get behind this completely, loudly, immediately, then they deserve everything that's coming to them politically. Because the voters are watching, and for the first time in a long time, someone's actually swinging back. Now, I genuinely believe in balance. So, before I go, here's something good that's actually happening in the world. Farmers in the Philippines are turning banana plants into fabric. Not a concept, not a prototype. They're making backpacks and outdoor gear out of it right now. It's completely plant-based. It helps reforest land damaged by farming. And it could replace the plastic fabric in everyday products. The stuff that sheds millions of microplastic fibres every single time you do your laundry. Banana plants into bags. Who'd have thunk? Now, isn't that a wee tonic for the soul? Good luck to you, and I'll see you in the next one.